Hello, I'm Mrs. Beck, very proud head teacher of Sir Graham Balfour School, and I'd like to welcome you to this brief series of presentations on how to make the most of Year 11. The presentations are primarily aimed at parents and carers, although of course your children may equally find them useful. The presentations you're about to see are led by key staff who are going to give you hopefully some very useful tips and hints on how you can help your children succeed over these coming, admittedly very pressurised months. If you have any follow-up questions or anything else that you need to know, please don't hesitate to contact us at school. That's either the staff who are making the presentations, myself, Miss Simmons, who's the head of Year 11, or any of the form tutors as well. We'll be more than happy to help you. So I'll leave the rest of the presentations for you to see, and thank you for looking in on them. Thank you.
My child is becoming stressed with their GCSEs. What can I do to support them?
In the first instance, tell them not to worry. Even at this point in time, not all is lost. Anything can be recovered. Ideally, they need to identify what is stressing them out. Is it the workload, lack of organisation, fear of the unknown? It could be a whole host of different things. There must be an acknowledgement that feeling under pressure is perfectly normal during examination periods. However, once we've identified what is concerning them, a plan of action can be put into place. This may involve a revision or a homework timetable, perhaps doing less extracurricular activities, but of course not cutting them out altogether. What is important is to contact your child's form tutor, as they may be able to help or offer some advice. Finally, there's lots of ideas on the Anna Freud website to keep mental health in tip-top condition.
How can my child stay motivated doing their GCSEs?
As hard as it may be, tell them to carry on enjoying learning new things and learning new skills. Tell them to congratulate themselves when they feel that they've achieved something. The exams are close enough now that they can start to plan what they're going to do to celebrate once the examination period is over. Ask them to visualise the results day in August, opening the envelope and being really happy with what they've achieved. Ensure they're prepared for the next steps post-16 and post-18 and what this will lead to, a top apprenticeship or a fantastic university course. These type of things will truly motivate them.
My child doesn't know what to do after school. Is there any support for them?
Yes. The Balfour Journey includes careers learning. The Balfour Journey is everything that your child will learn that is not part of the GCSE curriculum. This involves assemblies, work on PSHE days, and as you'll know, they've already had an appointment with a member of leadership group. Each student in Year 11 will also have a one-to-one with Nikki from the Careers Service. If your child has not had their appointment yet and you feel they need one sooner rather than later, contact Miss Watson, and Miss Watson will be able to organise an appointment. Miss Watson, as Careers Lead, can also see your child at a form time to show them some opportunities and to go through some literature in our new Careers Library.
I'm worried about what my child will experience as they're growing up. Is there any advice that you can give?
All students have sex and relationship lessons which outline potential dangers with negative relationships and, more importantly, how to deal with them. PSHE days are also designed to deal with other external influences like drugs and alcohol, and they offer plenty of good advice and signposting students to external agencies for support.
Who do I need to talk to if I'm worried?
Your child's form tutor in the first instance. They're the person in school who know your child best, and they will be able to offer advice or signpost yourself to other areas of the school for support or, again, external agencies.
Hi, welcome to the Teaching and Learning section of Making the Most of Year 11. I'm Mr Mason, Deputy Head, and what I'd like to go through in this section of the presentation is just to give you an update on where we are with what the exams are going to look like this summer, speak about PPEs, and then talk about what the students will be doing in September 2022. So firstly, with regard to the GCSE exams, we're currently working very much towards Plan A. And Plan A is that GCSE exams will take place as normal this summer. Okay, they will start on the 16th of May, and they finish on the 23rd of June, where there'll be a physics paper that will be sat by all the Year 11 students actually. So they run for that period spanning from May through to June. Now, in order to make modifications to the exams and take into account the impact of the pandemic, the government have made some adaptations to the exams. The students have had changes to the amount of content that they've got to study, and if they do geography or history, and also there have been changes to content in English literature. And by changes to content, I mean stuff has been removed from the course. And on February the 7th, we're also going to find out for all of the subjects, we're going to get advance notification of the content of some of the questions in the exam papers. Now, obviously, they're not going to tell us what the questions are, but we will find out then what areas of the specification, what areas of the course are going to be examined as well. So with these modifications, we'll have a really good idea of what we need to do to get the students ready for the summer exams. The worst comes to the worst, and exams don't go ahead because of a new variant or COVID taking off again. Plan B is that we have no exams, and it's a return to the teacher assessed grades process that ran last summer. Now, what we would have to do is we would have to use evidence gathered throughout the full course, especially evidence gathered during pre-public exams, to go towards the to provide the evidence for a final grade. Now, it's important to know here that even if you were disappointed, for example, with the grades that you got in your December pre-public exams, we place more of an emphasis on the most recent grading information under teacher assessed grades. That's exactly what we did last summer. The more recent the evidence, the more important the evidence it is. So the March pre-public exams will be the next chance to show kind of the standard that you are working towards. And a really good chance to show that you've got the evidence, that you've provided towards showing you've got the knowledge and the understanding in every subject that you're working towards a certain level. What I do need to say is if it does come to the teacher assessed grades again, we're really hoping it doesn't, but if it does come to this teacher assessed grades again, we will go about it in a calm, really supportive manner where the students will be given every opportunity, every chance to do well and show they're capable of working at a certain level. But what I do need to say is that under either scenario, the pre-public exams and the week beginning the 14th of March for Year 11 become really important. The exam papers that the students will be sitting then will reflect the modifications that I've just spoken about with regards to the summer exams, so the advanced notification of content and the content changes. So it's really important to prepare properly for these pre-public exams. We are going to be getting a lot of revision guidance out for students as well, so do keep an eye out for that. The next thing that I'd like to speak about is destinations. And by destinations, what I mean is that where the student will be going, what they're working towards for September 2022. So I do need to say that nothing gives us greater pleasure in school actually on results day and seeing kind of the joy or the relief on the faces of students when they know they've gone on and got the grades that they really need to fulfil their aspiration. And what I'd say is that whilst results are a really important part of getting you to where you want to go, knowing what you want to do and then applying for what you want to do becomes really important. Now, whether that's sixth form, whether that's college, whether that's apprenticeships, it becomes really important because as soon as you've applied for it, you will also know how well you need to do, so the grades you need to get in order to get there. So I would strongly encourage any student who's not yet applied for either sixth form at Balfour or college courses or apprenticeships, please do that as soon as possible. Now, we obviously want to welcome as many students as we possibly can back to Balfour for sixth form. Please do have a look at our online open evening that's on our school website. But if you don't want to come back to Balfour and college is what you want to work towards, please do get yourself down there, have a look at the courses. They run lots of open evenings. and the like, so that you have a really clear idea of what you're working towards during Year 11. Thank you.
The final part of this presentation is centred around the Balfour Journey. We've mapped out the Balfour Journey from the start of Year 11 right through from Year 7 to Year 13. As you can see, this is focused on Year 11 from the start of Year 11 to when they leave us in summer. The Balfour Journey is made up of everything outside of the usual curriculum. It is centred around the PSHE and RSE curriculum, as well as PSHE days, careers, extracurricular opportunities and cultural visits. So far this year, we've explored careers and building for the future. The last PSHE day was based on careers, looking at the business enterprise, and the next PSHE day is exploring finances and stress management. The idea behind this is getting students to focus on everything in school that contributes to them becoming a well-rounded individual, focusing on extracurricular tasks that might interest them and expand their knowledge of the wider world. The PSHE curriculum. PSHE stands for Personal, Social, Health and Economic. This subject allows students to explore the world in which they live, looking at key issues, events and people, and to explore other communities within our world. The PSHE topics in Year 11 are tailored to the students' needs, and they are part of the bigger Balfour Journey, helping students to become better citizens with the ability to ask questions about the world that they are growing up in. As you've already seen, some of the PSHE topics are delivered in form time with form tutors, and other elements are explored on PSHE days. PSHE gives students the opportunity to have a voice, discuss key issues relevant to them, and learn about how to look after themselves and support others. It's focused on helping students to become better, well-rounded individuals. As you can see, I've included an overview of the curriculum for PSHE that they are studying in Year 11. The topics that are included are next steps, so ambition for themselves, ambition for others, communication in relationships, using respect, kindness and compassion for ourselves and others, independence, building for the future, looking at families and financial decision making, as well as interleaving, focusing on mental health throughout this. As you can see, each topic is rooted in our school values, and we hope that students have a better understanding of the world we live in by studying these topics. Previously this term, we've looked at managing stress as students faced new concerns coming into Year 11, looking at PPEs and the worry of GCSEs upcoming. We're hoping to reframe negative thinking and promote mental health in the topics that we have covered. We've also looked at careers this half term and looked at how to apply for courses at college or sixth form post 16. Our next PSHE day will be looking at financial decision making, and the choice of what to look at has been driven by the students and by student voice.